Congratulations are in order to Russell Westbrook as he officially became the player with the most triple-doubles in NBA history in the 2021 NBA season. Hooray. But nah, for real, that shouldn't be possible because how does a guy who's 6'3" and under 200 pounds averaging over 10 rebounds for the past 4 seasons? The official number is going to be on the screen, but he's probably the only guy under 6'7", at least, to have that type of a claim. Now sure, it might be because he's
stat padding. Yeah.
But there might be something more to it. So in order to find out, I decided to pour hours into research through numerous pages of stats, analysis of variation between teams and teammates, and I watched every single rebound of the 2021 season that Russell Westbrook had. There was over 700 of them. It took me hours. It takes longer than you'd think. I went through all of that to find out how exactly does Russell Westbrook get so many rebounds? What's up, y'all? I'm KidComma11, and the answer's a lot more different than you'd expect. Now, we all know Russell Westbrook as a guy who's willing to do anything. He has the 110% motor. He'll take anything from anyone when he wants it. He'll take stupid shots. He'll make careless turnovers. But whatever he does, you know that he's giving it 100%. And that indeed includes stat padding. Now, because of the record that he had back when he was averaging a triple-double for the first time, and because of the sheer absurdity of it, there are a lot of people that assume that Russell Westbrook gets his rebounds solely because of his other teammates.
He steals. He steals.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we gotta remember that this is Russell Westbrook that we're talking about. The guy who can jump out of the gym, run faster than anyone else in the league, and is literally so jacked for no reason. Poor. So taking that in mind, you could imagine how that could make him an elite rebounder. But no matter what your position on this is, you got to acknowledge that you have to fight for rebounds, right? And as Russell Westbrook, the guy who gives 110%, he's gotta have that motor that drives him all the time, right? Well, I don't know how to put this, but before we talk about that, let's talk about my mindset before I did this research first. So Russell Westbrook, like I said, 110% motor, insane physical gifts. You would imagine that he has to go at least fight for some rebounds, right? He's a guy that, even though he's stat padding, he's doing it with some vigorous intent, right? I mean, think about it like you're in 2K, right? When you're trying to stat pad, when you're trying to get those extra rebounds, you gotta at least press the Y button, right? You gotta at least do something. So that's what I'm expecting it to be for Russell Westbrook in the NBA. Well, not gonna say too much, but let's just say I was surprised at what I saw. But before we get into that, let's talk about the specifications for the rebounds, because offense and defensive they're not cutting it. So I split up every rebound that Russell Westbrook had in the 2021 season between non-contact and contact. This was before I learned that NBA Stats had a category for that already, so you know what I'm saying? I didn't really have to do that. But it gets more important. And within each category, I had different types of rebounds that you could get. For the non-contact, we had the bunny, which is exactly how it sounds. Easy points, easy rebounds. A simple rebound that you really don't have to do much for. It comes to you and there's no one around you, so you're able to just scoop it up and collect that stat. The second one under non-contact is the swiper. The thing that Russell Westbrook is pretty notorious for doing, stealing rebounds from his own teammates that he did not have to at all, in order to either stat his patch or push the break or something like that. Regardless, he's stealing a rebound. Number 3 under the non-contact category is the bumbler. This is basically where Russ isn't involved in the play and has no intention to get a rebound, but somehow the ball ends up going to him. And then the fourth and last one for the non-contact is the hawker. This is basically like the swiper, but instead of stealing from his teammates, he's stealing from everyone on the court, which includes opponents this time. Think of it like he's hawking the ball, alright? And as for the contact side of things, there was the big bunny, which is basically a bunny, but it's not for normal people. It's for people with Russ's athleticism, which means that he's either out jumping everyone, he's bullying someone, he's using his physical prowess that makes it easy for him to get a rebound when it wouldn't be easy for, your average player. The second one is the box out and grab, which is the traditional definition of a rebound, the one that you're taught in basketball camps and youth and everything like that, where you box out the player and once you've shelved them off, you go up and get the rebound. Self-explanatory. And the third and final one is simply contact, where Russ wasn't exactly boxing out the opponent, but he was making contact with them and had to push off with them or jostle with them in some type of way, which made it a little harder than the average non-contact rebound. And then we had a few that it ain't make sense whatsoever.
What?
Alright, so now that we're all well informed and well plugged in with the backstory, let's look at the stats. So from what I individually hand counted, there were 77.8 rebounds that Russ got that were non-contact, and 22.4% that were. Now a little disclaimer here, those stats are sort of skewed because I wasn't able to count like the first 250 because of an error that I made. But the NBA website said they had 76% that was non-contact and 24% that was. So it's still pretty accurate, which gives me a reason to believe that the rest of the other stats are pretty accurate as well. So then let's go ahead and look at the advanced stats. From what I tallied, Russ's rebounds for the 2021 season consisted of 15% of big bunnies, 14% of bumblers, 8.5% of hawkers, 7% of swipers, 3.4% of contact rebounds, and 2 box outs. Not 2%, 2 box outs out of every single rebound, not just the ones that I had officially counted, but the ones that weren't counted on this thing as well.
What?
And as for the other 48%, they were bunnies. Yep, that's right. Literally half of the rebounds that Russell Westbrook gets are literally easy gimmies that you or me could get. Man. Now a question is arisen. How does he get away with this? Well, I shall tell you, armed with my hours of research and tenure as a former Russell Westbrook fan. So allow me to present you a list. Cue the list. I don't know why I said that. Number 1, reputation. There are some bunnies that Russ got that wouldn't be available to a normal player. Oftentimes when he gets a rebound, there was a chance for an opponent or a teammate to acquire the rebounds, but they decided not to once they saw that Russell Westbrook was locked on. Because they know what he's doing, they know who he is, and they know not to mess with the triple-double. Number 2, respect from teammates. Now, like I said, Russ isn't an average player. An average player wouldn't be able to get away with what he does, but because of his reputation yet again, and his overall plus benefits as a basketball player, his teammates can do nothing but laugh about it. Or at the very least, say nothing. Number 3, it's simply better for the team. If you look at the statistics and also listen to teammates and coaches' anecdotes, it's simply better for Russ to get the rebound for the entire team. Not only does he increase the pace of the game when he's in, but it also leads to more fast break points and better opportunities for the team as a whole. So if you're trying to win, you can't get that mad at it. Number 4, freaky athleticism. This ties back to the reputation point, but yeah, Russell Westbrook's a monster. You remember those 15% of big bunnies that I was talking about? They were legitimate athletic dominations over the other players, teammate or otherwise. When he makes such ridiculous acts of athleticism within contact, it makes the opponent more wary of trying to sneak in a rebound here or there against him. Number 5, always crashing the boards. I tried to find defensive stats that said that Russell Westbrook is a negative defender, but I couldn't find anything. I mean, I wanted it to be bad because like I low-key hate him.
What did you have to prove? What? You don't want to win.
But I couldn't find anything, which is just a testament to how good Russ can manage a defense. Because he sags like crazy. I'm being serious. There are times Russell Westbrook had no business being where he was, but it ended up being there anyway and still snagging the rebounds. And it only worked because, hey, he sags off a lot, which might explain why his swag is off. So stupid. Number 7, he just knows where the ball is. Pause. Russell Westbrook is different than your average NBA player. I've said it more than once and I'll say it yet again. Because of his experience in the league and for his knack of knowing where things are on the court due to his skills as an amazing point guard, he's able to snag rebounds from angles and from speeds that aren't accessible to players that aren't named Russell Westbrook. Number 8, but he also gets mad lucky sometimes.
To ball in the corner for 3. And the rebound to Westbrook. Oh.
Number 9, teammates just straight up box out for him. Now this is nothing new, this is something that we've all known, but there are statistics to prove it. Russ has the lowest contested rebound percentage for any player in the NBA with over 7 rebounds, by far. And this has been going on for the past 4 years. If you look at his contested rebound rate, it's among the likes of point guards that get like 4 to 3 to 5 rebounds a game. Nothing that screams triple-double. And on the flip side, when you look at his centers, the major centers that he's had in his career, and if you look at their defensive rebound rate after they part ways with Russ in some way, it skyrockets. I mean, just look at this, bro.
Stops, fades, no.
It'd be tough. I want to know what Rui was thinking in that moment, bro. I want to know what Rui was thinking in this moment, bro. What do you think he was thinking in this moment? Look, he's going against DeAndre Jordan, you know, one of the most famous rebounders in this league. He's got the rebound right there. He's looking. He's so happy to get it. He's like, yeah, that's mine. And then Russ just goes and I'm gonna scratch it off. Look at that, bro. Sad. Number 10, he hacks the mess out the ball. Yep, Russell Westbrook on the court's a selfish guy. There's nothing more I gotta say than that. So that 10-point list and all of those statistics still don't tell us much, because Russ still has insane athleticism and uses it to his advantage in order to get rebounds, as well as his advanced court vision. He's got sort of this intimidator factor, like this Hall of Fame intimidator that allows him to get these uncontested rebounds. But at the same time, they are just uncontested rebounds. So at that point, do we even count those as a true triple-double? If it's not something like a center that's battling, that's boxing out players for 30 to 38 minutes a night, can we say that that's legitimate? But at the same time, could we say that Oscar Robertson's triple-double record was legitimate back in the 60s? Back when they were playing 125 possessions a game, back when the highest field goal percentage was 42%. There were a lot of misses, and therefore a lot of chances for rebounds. And as a 6'5" athletically gifted point guard, it made sense for Oscar to get so many. From the very beginning, the triple-double was a gimmick. Nah, seriously, when Magic Johnson was getting all of these 10 rebound, 10 assists, and 20-point games, the Lakers PR guys were trying to find out a way to sell his game more. So they came up with the term triple-double to give the Lakers another way to differentiate themselves and sell more tickets. And back in the day, Oscar just happened to have a lot of those statistical anomalies, and he didn't even know about it. He was just the product of his time. But Russ knows about the triple-double. In a career with no rings, heaps of criticism, and not much to hang his hat on, triple-doubles have sort of become his legacy. While he says that he doesn't care, while he says that he's doing all he wants to win, the triple-double means something to him. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Russ doesn't have to get so many rebounds. While sure it helps the team, it's not a make or break thing. If that were true, that means Kobe or Michael or LeBron would be having to get triple doubles left to right, average it for a season during the playoffs in order for the team to succeed. And as we all know, that's not the case. So to answer the final question, how does Russell Westbrook get so many rebounds? It's because he wants to leave a legacy. Thanks for watching.
There it is, history. Russell Westbrook has just surpassed Oscar Robertson.